Neptune, the last planet in our solar system, was not found or named by the Romans when the telescope was used to discover the planet. It was named after one of the Olympians that had yet to get a planet named after them. It was because the original thought of the blue planet was that there was a sea, thus the name of Neptune. The biggest of Neptune's moon is Triton, which is named after a merman in Greek mythology.
Neptune is a Roman god of the sea, with its Greek counterpart being Poseidon, who is also a god of the sea. He fathered many different non-human children, such as water nymphs, cyclopses, and horses. Many of Neptune's moons are named after those children, mainly the water nymphs, Triton being an exception because he is a demigod and a merman. Neptune was discovered by Urbain Jean-Joseph Leverrier and John Couch Adams, who discovered at the same time independently of each other. And then Johann Gottfried Galle was the first one who saw Neptune through a telescope. Its discovery used data collected from Uranus. They noticed the predicted orbit was not the same as the observed orbit. Two of the founders of Neptune had thought that Uranus's orbit was disturbed by another planet, that being Neptune. So they calculated the location of the planet, which was eventually used by Johann Gottfried Galle, who found Neptune using a telescope along with the calculations of the two other founders, with Leverrier's being 1 degree off. Neptune was finally spotted and found on the 23rd of September 1846.
Neptune has a very low eccentricity of 0.0113, which means that it has a very circular orbit, only beaten by Venus. Neptune has lakes of methane, and when the lakes are hit by the light of the sun, the methane becomes a gas that causes the planet's color. Voyager 2 was able to measure the gas giant sandstorms that go up to 2,100 kilometers per hour. The next largest storm is one on Jupiter that is 3 times smaller than this one. The temperature of the planet can go down to negative 200 degrees Celsius, which makes Neptune the coldest planet in our solar system. Neptune can also rain methane diamonds. There are methane crystals within Neptune that the wind picks up, and then the crystals fall from the lower atmosphere.
On Neptune, there is a dark spot that is similar to the Great Red Spot on Jupiter. That was measured to be 13,000 kilometers by 6,600 kilometers by the Hubble telescope. There are two smaller spots that were detected by Voyager 2 called Scooter and the Small Dark Spot. Scooter being a giant cloud on the south of the planet, and the Small Dark Spot being a cyclonic storm near the south as well. Neptune has a tilt of 20.32 degrees, which beats Earth's tilt by 4.82 degrees. Neptune has a regular orbit, whereas Pluto has an irregular orbit that passes through the orbit of Neptune. Though the orbits pass through each other, they never collide because when they approach each other, they slow each other down. This is because their gravitational resonance, which causes the other to speed up or slow down, which slightly alters their paths but keeps them from getting closer than 2.6 billion kilometers away. Neptune's tilt points the south pole toward the sun, and that small amount of sunlight that it receives warms up the methane in the planet, so the pole is 10 degrees warmer.
It also has 14 moons. The most notable ones noting is Samoth, which takes 26 years to orbit Neptune, and Nereid, which takes 360 days to orbit Neptune. And another one to mention is Halimede, which has a retrograde orbit such as Triton. Triton is Neptune's largest moon, and is thought to be taken from the Kuiper belt upon Neptune formation. When Triton entered Neptune's gravity, it collided with some of Neptune's original moons, which then formed its rings. Triton is big enough to have its own atmosphere, made of small amounts of nitrogen. It also makes 99% of the mass of Neptune's satellites. Triton and Hamelid, which is another satellite, are the only orbital bodies that rotate the opposite direction of Neptune. Triton has a stable orbit, but if any moon or satellite was to collide with it that would be big enough, it would decrease the speed enough for Triton to cause it to fall to the planet or become another ring. Similar moons that will collide are Thausa, Larissa, and Neid due to their decaying orbits. When Thausa descends to Neptune, it will not be the same as the other two. It will start to break apart and become a new ring around the planet.
The atmosphere of Neptune consists of 79.5% hydrogen, 19% helium, and 1.5% methane. The methane in the atmosphere absorbs all the colors in the spectrum but blue, which is what causes the planet to reflect the color blue. Now, in the equator of the planet, it has a lot of methane ice, ethine, and ethane. The mantle of the planet consists of water, ammonium, and methane ice. The temperature of the mantle can reach from 1,727 degrees Celsius to 4,727 degrees Celsius. This dense fluid is occasionally called the water ammonium ocean. The mantle also consists of orthocarbonic and carbonic acids.
Neptune's core is believed to be solid, but it's unsure what the core is made out of. The main theory of what the core is made out of is iron, nickel, and silicates. The core is modeled to be 1.2 times the mass of Earth's core, and have 700 gigapascals, which is twice the amount of pressure of Earth's core. The core is estimated to have a temperature of 5,126.9 degrees Celsius, which causes the methane to crystallize.
Neptune's distance from the Sun is 4.504 billion kilometers away, or 30.02 astronomical units away. It has a diameter of 49,224 kilometers, and it orbits around the Sun at a speed of 19,720 kilometers per hour, which takes it 60,950 Earth days to complete one full orbit around the Sun. Its distance from the Sun causes the planet to have an average of negative 200 degrees Celsius year-round, with the atmosphere being made of hydrogen, helium, and bits of methane.